There we go. Okay, so I have created a top 10 social media marketing tips document that'll be on our team drive. I did a lot of research into these. There's a lot of facts in here that I was taught when I was being trained and learning the ropes of social media. But I kind of wanted to have a solid number on it because I don't know. I'm a fact person, so I didn't want to present anything that might not be true. Plus, Ryan really loves the quote about statistics. What is it?
I don't know. It's like 57% of statistics are made up on the spot, so something like that.
Is that The Office?
58%.
Is that The Office?
I don't think it is an Office. I don't remember where I heard that.
You don't know where it came from? Okay. Well, I didn't want to be one of those statistics. So. The first big point that I have is authenticity for social media. You want to make sure that you have real life photos showing where you are going, what you are doing with your family, how you're using products. Those are going to drive more traffic than the stock photos that they give us on our workstation. Basically, the only time I use stock photos is if I am posting something that they've just announced that we don't actually have our hands on real products, and no consultants do. Because there are times that other consultants will get them first, and we will, hold on, sorry, I'm muting you guys. What did I just do? There we go. Okay. We're recording, so I got you muted, guys. If you need to wave at me, if you need to jump in. So authenticity, using those real life photos, sharing how you're using the products in your own home, sharing things about yourself and your family so that they're getting to know your personality. Don't try to be someone else that you follow, and that's something that I have a hard time with too. You see successful people and you want to do what they're doing, but you kind of have to put your own spin on it, because ultimately when people choose you as their consultant, they have bought into you as a person, because I could count 10 Scentsy consultants just off the top of my head. Well, even outside of my team, I could. So they are choosing you for a reason. So hopefully that's because you're giving great customer service and they love your personality. So that personality on social media has to come from your content. The second top tip for social media marketing is variation to your posts. And a big one that I've worked on this year that has been my focused area of growth is using more than one social media outlet. So at least 2 platforms is what I would recommend. There are different generations and subgroups of customers that are on each platform. So I did a little research today, a little digging on this, and on Instagram, there's 58 times more engagement per follower than Facebook, which is crazy. Instagram is my abandoned social media. I forget I have it all the time. So this year, back in January, I was really going to make it a goal to try to start using that more, especially the stories portion. But another interesting fact I found was that users 65 years old and up is the fastest growing group on Facebook. 73% of 30 to 49-year-olds are on Facebook, which is crazy. Because at one point in time, that subgroup didn't even seem to kind of know how to use the internet. And now everybody has Facebook. But there are now fewer and fewer teenagers and young adults who are using Facebook, and they're branching to YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat. So those are the ones you're seeing, and TikTok. And there are some consultants who use TikTok. I don't even know how to use it. I downloaded it because I thought Scotty would think it was fun, but we haven't experimented with it. But I think it might be something fun to do with your family, but I don't have any advice on using it for business. But so for Instagram, which is the one I've been focusing on this year, 53% of those Instagram users are between the ages of 18 and 29. So that's a pretty solid demographic there, especially in my mind, bells were going off for sponsoring. I feel like that's kind of the age group of people who are looking for something to do, something new, trying to find their niche, looking for a second job, working through college. I don't know. It seems to be that prime age group of consultants. There are consultants outside of that age group, of course, not under 18, obviously, but so you would want to have that variation across different platforms. But I do think Instagram is very, very important. And that's been kind of my goal this year, to improve in that area. Another variation tip is to think about different ways to connect with your followers. Another thing I have to really work on. Real life discussions, profession related content. If you're a teacher, talking about teacher things on your VIP page every once in a while, you'll get people engaged who relate to you. Being relatable is important. Educational content, so talking about something you learned. I don't mean like out of a textbook, but educational content. Humor is a big one. People love the funny memes and Tiger King jokes and quarantine jokes, and those kind of get a lot of feedback and reactions from people. Recipes, DIY, craft, things like that, sharing stuff like that, home decor, those are all things that people can relate to very easily, especially since our customers are very much largely women. My VIP page is like, I haven't looked at the percentage recently, but it was like 90, yeah, it was like 90-something% women, which, I mean, it makes sense. Women are usually the home decor people of the home. We're the ones buying the fragrances. We're the ones using the body products, and we buy the men's stuff for the men. So that makes sense. Tip number 3 is consistency, and this is huge. Post daily on your VIP page and pay attention to those higher traffic times. On this document I'm going to upload to our team drive, I have a chart that's going to show you the different concentrated, it's like split screen with the days and the hours, and it shows you which times and days are best. The highest traffic occurs midday on Wednesdays and Thursdays between 11 and 2. Sundays are the least engaged. So Sundays, I typically just try to do an engagement post. So something like, what are you doing this Sunday? Or Susanna's kind of our engagement post queen of, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Like, if you had to choose one of these, which one would you choose? And people like doing silly stuff like that. I mean, we're on social media on our phones to kind of check out with the stressors going on around us. So silly things like that seem to get a lot of response out of people. Yeah. People love to give their opinion.
I never thought I'd give a gif about cauliflower, but there we were. On Sunday.
There we were. So early and late night are the least recommended times for posting, obviously because people are either sleeping or sleeping, early morning, late at night, or they have children that they're up with doing morning routines or trying to get them in bed and chasing them back to bed. So if you are unavailable for a period of time or you need a break, schedule your posts. It's super easy to do on Facebook. You only have to schedule one a day to be consistent. And taking that time off from posting will really drop the amount of people that see your posts. They'll be exposed to way less people. So all that hard work you've done to build up to beat that Facebook algorithm and get your post shown to people, you kind of ruin that when you take a whole week of not posting, which stinks because then you have to start over. People are also, another big one of the consistency is that people are watching even when you think they aren't. So a lot of new consultants will often say to me, like, because it shows you how many people have seen it, and they'll be like, 53 people have seen my post and nobody's commenting. And I'm like, it's okay. They've seen it. That's important. Even if you post 3 times today and nobody comments, nobody likes it, nobody responds, you still showed up. You still did your part. And they're watching. I have had people come to me as brand new customers who have been watching Facebook stories for weeks before they say anything to me, or who have been on my VIP page for years. And I never thought they were interested. They never commented. They never liked. I forgot they were even there. And all of a sudden, they're wanting something. And so people are watching, even when you think they aren't. I mean, I'm bad about it too. I scroll through Facebook and just mindlessly look at things without even engaging a lot of times. And I have to be mindful about that. Number 4 is to be positive. This is really, really important because your You are your own brand when you're a business owner. So if you're growing a business and you're using social media for your business, there are certain topics to try to stay away from. Politics, polarizing topics, complaining, negative content. So don't get in arguments with people on Facebook over ridiculous things. First of all, you're never going to change anybody's opinion over a Facebook post. If
All
they,
pretty much politics.
yeah, it's basically all politics on Facebook, I feel like. But yeah, you're never going to change somebody's mind, just like nobody's ever going to change your mind. So there's no point in arguing with what they're saying. So keep scrolling, let them go, because you don't want your customers and your people and your potential future teammates to see you trash talking somebody who's got a different opinion. So it's not worth it. Tip number 5 is to keep it simple. And this was a fact I learned today that I definitely think is an area of growth for me. Posts with 100 to 250 characters receive 60% more interaction than other posts. I usually have a lot of words in my posts. I'm very explainy and like to give descriptions of the sentence. So it might be better for us to say, I'm going to put the description of these sentences in the comments. And then in the first comment, putting those. That way you're already giving a comment to yourself to kind of boost it. And it's got fewer words in the original description. But that's something I definitely learned when I was working on these notes. And then if you have a ton of information to share that you don't want to cram into the whole post, go live on a video. Say, hey, we have a new product releasing on Monday. I'm going live at 7 o'clock to talk about it. If you're new, I know that talking on a live video seems super, super intimidating. I used to think I was going to throw up before I did live videos for online parties. Now I could care less. Like, it's fun. Like, and when you're doing Facebook Live, literally, like, you don't see anybody else. You're looking at yourself. Like, it's like looking in a mirror and talking. So you get used to it and you roll with it. So once you get used to doing that, going live and talking to your customers is going to be a lot more effective sometimes when you have a lot of information. Facebook stories is point number 6. This is huge. This is a growing area of marketing. And I have personally seen a ton of like profit from this. Showing your followers your real life through Instagram and Facebook stories. They can be connected. You can connect your accounts. So you go on Instagram, make a story, click the button, it shares it to both platforms. So that's easy. You don't have to do it twice, and it's in both places, which was an easy way for me to baby step into using Instagram more by using the stories because it puts them on both my platforms. And the benefit of those stories is that you can show how Scentsy fits into your real life, which that benefits you for people who find you as a customer and people who are interested in the business side of things. If they see you making samples and your kids are running around acting like little monsters behind you, they're like, oh, okay, she doesn't have it all together. Maybe I could do that. And that's important. It's important for people to see there's a real person behind that business, a real person who does not have it all together, who struggles, who has a crazy home life like everybody else. And people like that. One of our SSDs in Chloe's group, Chastity Robinson, if you guys aren't friends with her on Facebook, go follow her. I think her friend requests are full, but you can follow her so you can see her stories. They are hilarious. She has a little toddler girl who is always running around like just making a mess, and she's just hilarious. Like, I love to watch her stories, and it's real life, raw, unfiltered. So people love that. Keep it consistent if you're using stories. Use it at least once a day. That way it keeps you bumped up on people's feed, because the newer the content, that it's going to show them the people that they watch normally, but whatever's newest is going to go to the front. If you guys follow Chloe, she has like 500 stories a day. Like, no joke. So I'm working on it. I'm getting there, but share content other than Scentsy on your stories to increase engagement. Show them what else you're doing in your life. Cooking a recipe, show them. Your kids are doing something funny, show them. Share your life. Call to action posts are important. So those polls, questions, this or that. Like I said, people love to share their opinion. Even just that little stupid little bar that has the heart that you move. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's on Instagram. It's like a little sliding scale. It's like how much you love this, and you just move the little heart. Even just throwing that on a warmer and being like, does this look good here? Like, people love to share their opinions. So that's a great place to do it, is on stories. Some cool facts I saw today is that 59% of millennials, so that's kind of a step down generation from us, and 70% of Gen Z,
We're millennials.
we're millennials, they're Gen Z.
Yes.
We're kind of borderline.
We're millennials.
Anyways, 70% Gen Z, 59% millennials watch Instagram stories. And this was cool. 61% of them are using it to see what their friends are doing, like in their day-to-day life. 25% are using it to shop for products, to look at products and look at services they want to buy. So if you are providing content about your day-to-day life and you are providing content about how you're working your business, you're going to cover both of those bases. So you're going to catch people that are using Instagram stories for different things. There might be people watching your stories just because they think the things you post are funny. They like seeing your kids doing funny things. And then you've snuck some Scentsy content in there. And even if they're not interested, like, it's there, it's at the back of their brain, and it might be a year down the road, but they're eventually going to be like, I might want to try that. So it's important to hit both of those categories. Number 7 is to increase engagement. So we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but liking and commenting every comment that you get. So if you have a customer who's engaging on your post on their VIP page, comment back. Comment back to them and respond. Let them know that you are listening, that you are interacting with them. And another big thing for engagement that I know I've said this like 5 million times, but this is so important, and a lot of people don't realize this, not copying and pasting other people's posts isn't just to not copy people. It is an algorithm thing with Facebook. If Facebook sees 2 posts that are the same, so they have, hold on, sorry, I changed the view and I don't know what it's doing. There we go. So if you copy a post from someone else, Facebook is going to flag that as duplicate content. And then it's not going to show it to as many people, because it's kind of like labeling something as spam. It's saying, okay, I've seen this 3 times now, let's not show this to many people. This is annoying. So that hurts you, and it hurts the person that you copied it from, and they might have copied it from someone else. So all parties involved in that post are affected. So you guys work really, really hard to kind of beat that Facebook algorithm and engage your customers. When you just copy and paste a post, you're kind of like throwing some of that in the trash, which sucks, because you worked hard for that. Number 8 is sharing your journey with your followers, but don't make them your journey. So I'm going to say that again. Your customers are not your journey. Your work is your journey. They're not helping you. You are providing a product or a service to them. So when you go to Starbucks, you don't ever see on their menu, come buy a Frappuccino today because we're trying to reach our goal of selling 100 Frappuccinos. No, they don't do that. They're successful. Don't do it with your business. Celebrate their support after the matter. So don't go to your customers and say, I'm trying to earn this trip, or I'm trying to reach my goal, because then instead of you serving them, you've made it into you are serving me. And that shouldn't be how a business is. After the fact, it is a beautiful thing. So after the fact, at the end of a month, saying this month was huge and was such a blessing to our family. Thank you guys for supporting small. We appreciate all of your support. Even the smallest order, we jump up and down and for joy with. Like when we get that notification that an order was placed on our website, we do a little happy dance in our kitchen. Like that is awesome, because it shows the person behind it. It shows the person celebrating your support, but you don't want to make them think their support is owed, because it's not. Number 9 is educating yourself on marketing online. So this is your business. Today I did so much research with this. This means that you need to be looking into whatever you're using, figuring out the best times to post, learning from other people on trainings. So 2 cool things learned today was that users watch 85% of Facebook videos and stories on silent. That's a good thing to know because we need to have captions, descriptions. Those things are very important. So when I make my Instagram stories, I always kind of put a little caption with what I'm saying in the video. So it's kind of like it's saying it twice, but that's because I know that people are going to be watching it without their sound on. They might be rocking a baby while they are watching Instagram stories, or they might be sitting in class watching Instagram stories, or they might just not want to hear something because sometimes people have really loud, blary music on their stories. So including those words and text and descriptions are going to make it accessible to all of your viewers. Live videos, I know we've kind of mentioned that already, but Facebook viewers are 4 times more likely to watch a live video than videos that are pre-recorded. That's pretty impactful. Live videos perform better with Facebook's algorithm, and square or portrait orientation videos perform better than landscape. So don't set your phone up like this to record a live. You want to record it up like this because it's more compatible with how people are holding their phones, and they're more likely to stop and watch it. And then number 10, this one's easy. Be creative. Come up with ideas that are unique to you. You guys, we all love sharing things with one another, and I branch ideas off of other people, but it's important to kind of put your own spin on things. One of our big things as like our business is our mystery bags, and Ryan can vouch for how much time I put into some of them. And it's not because I feel like I need to do that. I like it. We just planned out some that are centered around different destinations for like trips. So like a mystery bag that kind of embraces the sense of Italy, Netherlands, Hawaii, like have one for all these different countries or locations. And
Hawaii is a country.
That's why I said or locations. I know that's not a country. And to me, that was really fun because I got to kind of do a little research and get creative with my Scentsy products. I learned you have to know your products to do that. And your customers love that. They love seeing you pour fun and energy and care and time into things for them. And we'll have another training that goes in like 2 weeks from now on customer service. And that's another huge part of it. Your customers are gonna buy from you because they know, like, and trust you. So they know you by you communicating with them, following up with them, sharing stuff in your marketing about your own life. They learn to like you by your own creative spin on things, your unique personality, your voice coming through your posts, and they trust you by you providing knowledge. You're knowledgeable about your products. That product training guide that's available on the workstation, that is a blessing Scentsy has given us. It has every little fact you would need to know about our products. Always refer to that if a customer has a question you're not sure about. And then also recommendations with them. So they learn to trust us by trusting our recommendations. I have told some customers flat out, I don't think you'd like that scent because I know you don't like floral scents, and to me that one smells floral. Or my customers know that if they don't like something, I'm like, don't sit on that, like bring it to me and I'll switch it out for you. And that's just a personal customer service thing that I do for my customers because they know they can trust me. They can try something new and not be afraid to because they know I'm going to make sure they're happy. So on this document I'm uploading, again, there is a chart that's going to have like these little blue squares that's concentrated in the areas that are the best times and days to post on your social media accounts. Obviously, you always want to post every day for that consistency. But if you have a post that you know you want everybody to see, like you're doing some mystery bags, don't post them on a Sunday because we just said that's the worst day to post on. And I've done that and it doesn't go well. If you have some really important information to share with your customers, like a new product launch, posting it on one of those highly concentrated days where you know you're going to have a lot of traffic, that's important. And then there's another chart on there that will talk about the different types of content that consumers are wanting from social media. And it goes through a little graph. So the first one is links to more information. It's really important to provide links, and I usually do that in the comments. So if you're talking about a warmer that's on clearance, put the link to that warmer in the comments. That way they can go to the comments and click on it and go straight to it. Some people are very impulse buyers. I am. If I see an ad on Facebook and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, I click on it right then and I look at it. And if it's something I want, I click on it and I buy it right then. That's why we get so many Amazon deliveries, because they have one-click purchase.
That's why our trash pile is this big.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's important, putting links on your stuff. I mean, we all do it. So if they're like, oh, that's a cute warmer, and they click and they're like, oh, it's only $30. Oh, done. Like, it's that easy. And you'll see on this chart, the very last thing is produced photos. That's those stock photos. The last thing that people want to see is stock photos. So get creative with your posts. Obviously, if it's something you don't have, if you don't have a fragrance flower at home to take a picture of, we have albums on our team page. We have albums on our team Google Drive I've created. And there are multiple groups for consultants that I know I've added most of you to, that you can use to go to. You can search the name, like Elegance warmer, that's an old warmer, but Stargaze warmer. Like, you can search something in the search bar of one of those groups and find where people are talking about it, find pictures of it, and use those photos. If people are sharing them on those groups, they're okay with you using them. And then if you take photos yourself, if you don't want somebody using them, you can put a watermark on them. For me personally, I know I tell all of my frontline, but for those of you that aren't my frontline, so that you know, if you ever see me post a photo that has my watermark on it, it says Casey Valek, Scentsy Filming Director, or it has my website across it, and you like it, you're always welcome to message me and say, can you send me that photo without the watermark? Because I have both copies in my photo roll. Easy, I'll send it to you. I do that just because I think it looks professional. I don't really do it just so people won't use my photo. It looks professional, and it makes it to where that's branding your content. So my little icon looks the same on all of my photos I put it on. And then if they save that to their camera roll because they're like, oh, I like that, I might want to get that at Christmas time, and they screenshot it or something, my name's there, my website's there. It's just always good to put your name on absolutely everything you can. So that is it. That's our top 10 for social media. Social media is huge. I mean, I feel like this is a social media run business, and those who have learned to create strong businesses on social media have thrived during this time of the pandemic. Everybody's at home. Everybody's shopping online because we don't have any other choice. People are working from home, so people are trying to find new ways to make money. So we have lots of new consultants. We have lots of new customers, and our sales are absolutely through the roof. April was huge. So Scentsy was like blown away, and they were like, we're changing our trajectory from May. This is what we're predicted. And we blew it out of the water again. So they have had
this
to,
is probably the highest May ever, period.
Yeah. Well, May 11th, which was when our summer collection launched. I know some of you are still waiting on your orders from May 11th. They said that May 11th was one of the top 5 days of sales for Scentsy ever. So out of all the 16 years Scentsy has been a company, the top 5 sales days, yes, that includes big holidays, Black Fridays, everything. That was one of the top 5.
That's why the website crashed.
Yes, the website crashed and like everything sold out. There are still some pods. I think there's some pods and some bars left. So if you want something, go grab it, because it's not gonna last long. But we got what we needed for our customers, and I was happy about that. But I was impressed at how quickly everything has been moving this month. Like, I know that it stinks and it's hard when your customers want something and you have to say it's back ordered, but I just have a hard time looking at it that way when I look at the opportunity we have for sales. Our sales are through the roof. I mean, people are buying like crazy. So for me, I'm just telling my customers, like, I'm so sorry things are taking longer to ship because of the COVID regulations. There's fewer people working. Yeah, there's
less supply.
greater demand, less supply, more regulations on our people. But they have upped their game, and hopefully things will be getting here quicker. And everybody's been super understanding of that because the whole world is crazy right now. Like everything, people are affected in all areas of life. So yeah, so people aren't going to be like, what, my order's late, like never using you again. No, they're expecting it. Amazon's late this month. Well, they're back on track right now, but they've been super off. When Amazon is thrown off, that's when we know it's a pandemic. So I wouldn't sweat this stuff. I'm serious. The Bring Back My Bars, if they're not here in time for the 1st of June for your customers, it's okay.
So about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's okay. And I also have such confidence in Scentsy that I know that if for some reason, as a company as a whole, those bars don't make it to consultants for a week into June, I feel like they'll put an extension on when those bars are available. They always make things right. So I would not sweat it, not one bit. Your customers are going to be fine. Again, you're providing a service to them and things happen. So we'll make it work. I'm excited for Bring Back My Bar. Also, we sent out customer mail today. And so I sent a flyer with my Scent of the Month flyers that has the Bring Back My Bar scents. I talk about the Bring Back My Bar grab bags I'm doing and a little incentive for that. And then here I put 2 images that another consultant shared that talks about a fun fact with the banana nut bread being one of the first scents Orville brought home to Heidi. And the OG3 scents, banana nut bread, sunkissed citrus, and thunderstorm. Those were the 3 bars Orville brought home to Heidi when they decided that they wanted to buy into this company. So June will be like one of the first months ever that you'll be able to buy all 3 of those bars together. So I'm going to be advertising that to my VIPs as being something very unique they can buy during June, that 3-pack of bars. And then on the back, I put a little information about our Baby Yoda Buddy and when he's releasing, and then a QR code to shop our website. And we put those in envelopes with our Scent Warmer of the Month and sent them off. If you guys want a copy of this, just reach out and let me know. I can send you the Google Drive so that you can edit it to, you might not want to do the same special I did, or obviously you change the phone number, change the QR code, but if you want a copy of this, it's in my drive and I can put it to the team files. That way you guys can use it if you want to. But let's see, let me go off of record.